Hey guys, welcome to this week's Big Brother Over the Top chat.
Hey everybody, it's episode 8.
Alright, so let's talk about what happened 5 years ago.
Danielle was evicted with puppy.
Yeah, so then there was an announcement for the house guests. Guess what? Don't throw this next HOH because everyone is going to be able to participate in the last one.
Furthermore, there's no more America's nomination or vote.
We don't get to have a say until the
end.
finale.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's time for the HOH competition. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about malice and femalice.
Okay, so the challenge is called Keep You Posted. So they had like 7 questions, and the answers were either male or female.
Malice or femalice.
Okay, so the answers weren't revealed until the endurance part of this competition. It was endurance and questions all in one.
Right. You had to answer the questions in your little isolation booth and then stand on that post.
Yeah, so every time if you got a question wrong, you would have to move to a smaller post.
Yeah, some of those posts were super tiny. And especially if you have giant freaking feet like Justin. That's crazy.
Yeah, so if you get to the end of the questions and everyone is not on their final post yet, everybody has to move up one post every 5 minutes.
All right, Justin got the most wrong.
He did.
He did not know the answers to those femalice and malice questions. And yeah.
But he still wasn't the first one out. Jason was the first one out.
Jason, who probably has the smallest feet in the world, was the first one off.
Apparently Chrissy has very tiny feet. That's what I've heard.
I guess that's how she makes her scratch.
No! Alright, so Jason was the first one off, and then followed quickly by Justin. Justin made it all the way to the final poll, but it was just too small for him.
Okay. Morgan tries to make a deal with Chrissy when they're, almost
They're about to go to the last
right.
poll. Or post, whatever.
Chrissy's like, no.
You'll have to pry it from my cold dead hands.
I can't make a deal, I'm sorry.
Well, guess what? It doesn't matter because Morgan won. Chrissy fell during the transfer. She
couldn't make
claimed
the transfer.
that she stepped on her pants and they showed it, but it definitely happened before she went to the last post, right? Mm-hmm. So, whatever. So Morgan is the next HOH.
All right. Justin and Morgan, are they gonna have an alliance?
Justin's just trying to make sure he's not the target this week.
Yeah.
We've seen it every week. Justin sucks up to the HOH. Come on.
Jason and Chrissy were pretty sad. They cry.
Yeah.
They cry a little bit.
All right. Well, Chrissy tried to sell it to Morgan and Shelby, like, yeah, I threw that for you guys, but I didn't want to make it obvious.
I couldn't make it so obvious because, everybody would know.
Yeah, and they were like, psh, okay.
All right, so the final care package is arriving.
It's for Justin.
What? I mean, that's no surprise.
He was
Everybody
the
knew
only
it.
one eligible to receive it. But I think he would have probably gotten it anyway.
It was a pretty sweet care package. You get to advance to the final 4 if you can complete the challenge.
Woo!
It was kind of like Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live, like, what's your name?
I mean, I think it looked a lot easier than it was. So for this challenge, he had to walk across this really long slack line and ring a little bell.
Walking on his legs.
Right, so he had 2 hours to practice this. And I think it looked easy, but it was a lot longer than it appeared.
He just had to move those stems across the slack line and then ring the bell.
All right. Well, here's the thing, though. If Justin does not complete this task, he could still be a potential replacement nominee if one of the nominees wins the veto.
Which means Shelby would be completely safe, unless Morgan turned on her. All right. So,
well, no, because Justin could still win the power of veto, and then Shelby would still have to go up. There was a little loophole in there.
Oh.
But she would have a better chance of being safe if Justin did not complete this task.
All right. Well,
after the 2 hours of practice, Justin only had 1 attempt to make it across the slack line.
That's pretty nerve-wracking to only have 1 attempt.
Yeah, because he was doing great in the practice, but that's a lot of pressure.
All right, he freaking made it, so big deal.
He made it.
But the real fun and funny part of this was when they all tried it afterwards, Morgan had quite possibly the most epic Big Brother wipeout ever.
I don't know though. We already had a slackline wipeout this season from Scott, and it was pretty fantastic too. His freaking shoe went flying.
Could you say that this was better than Meech's wipeout?
I don't know. Guys, leave it in the comments. Who had the best wipeout?
Yeah.
Let us know.
All right, so Justin was crying.
Yeah, after the task, he was just like, I'm so thankful, and
he's so genuine, you know? He can't be anybody
yes and
else
no.
but
I think
Justin.
Sometimes you kind of see like this evilness come out when he's talking crap, but I would like to think that he is very genuine.
I think he's genuine. He's genuinely evil at times,
I guess.
All right, so Justin tells Morgan,
hey, guess what? Now that I'm safe, if your friend Shelby's up on the block, I'm voting her out. What? He's going back on their freaking deal.
Hey, we were in alliance for like a minute, so bye.
Yeah. They had no problem holding up the deal when they were the ones benefiting from it.
Of course.
But now when they have to, you know, hold up their end of the deal, they're like not feeling it.
All right, so it's time for the safety ceremony, and
Shelby is safe, duh. So that means that
what you expect?
Jason and Chrissy are up on the block.
All right, so let's cut right to the veto competition. It's an individually timed maze.
Woo, corn.
Yeah, you got to find 3 ears of corn in this little rat maze. Mm-hmm. You couldn't stand up because it was like Hobbit size, and you couldn't like see over the walls because they had like
the
a
idea. Yeah.
No, I mean like if you could have like
But it's a maze. They don't want you to see over the walls.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Justin. He did pretty good.
He was just laughing through. He was like,
he doesn't know that ear corn. I'm gonna stick it in my pocket.
All right. Shelby and Morgan both struggled with this. Morgan more so.
I don't understand how they made it to the edge of the wall and they didn't see like another wall and they just went like,
they were
not here.
Going so quickly that they thought it was a dead end, but it wasn't. They both missed the same one.
Oh, all right. Well, Shelby's wasn't as tragic as Morgan's. Hers took what seemed like hours.
It took forever on the live feeds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Chrissy, she did okay. She did okay.
Jason ran through there like freaking Gollum.
Yeah, he had an advantage because he is shorter, so he was able to get up like on his feet a little bit. Did like a bear crawl. Mm-hmm.
And or like those orcs when they climb like.
All right.
Upside down. He was in there snatching wigs.
He was, and he ended up winning with a time of 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Wow.
I think the closest was like 150 something from Justin.
He missed out on the 2 tickets to the Cry Fest, though. That was only for Shelby and Morgan.
Oh boy.
They cried, and they cried, and they cried.
They cried a lot.
And then they cried some more.
Jason's veto win pretty much guaranteed that Shelby will be going home this week.
I know what's gonna happen next.
All right. So then it was time for the veto ceremony. Obviously, Jason uses it on himself, and Shelby goes up in his place.
All right, so that means we're at the live eviction. Chrissy, you speak first. All right, guys, I love you all. Epic pillow fights, and if you want more diarrhea, I'll be churning out millions of gallons of flautas with my oil.
All right, then Shelby gets up, and she's all like, Morgan, please win this, blah, blah, blah. And then she drops the bomb. She just graduated from law school. She's waiting for her bar exam results. And they were like, oh.
And I'm going to be providing free legal services to victims.
I don't think she said free.
I'm going to be providing services to defending victims of
sex trafficking.
Yeah. And everybody was just like,
what? Yeah.
Chrissy was like this the whole time.
She looked pissed, yeah. She looked pissed. So then it was time for the vote. And, of course, by a vote of 2-0, Shelby was evicted. And on the way out, first of all, Justin was like, wow, law school.
He said, like, congratulations. He was the only one who congratulated her, which was ridiculous.
Jason tried to give her the crackles.
She
that
was
he
like,
stashed away.
no thanks.
I already won enough candy when I won my HOHs.
When I actually won them.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Spitting fire.
And then Chrissy was like, oh yeah, I totally knew the whole time. I'm not surprised at all. I totally knew.
All right,
I
so
knew
then
she was so smart.
after Shelby left, there was a pre-recorded announcement from Julie. And she was like, guess what?
I'm enjoying dinner with my family today, and you're in this freaking Studio City.
Here's how it's going to happen. So they're all going to compete in part 1 of the final HOH.
The winner will advance to the final
Finale,
3.
yeah. And they will also get to pick one person to join them. And then the last
It's like
2
on
people...
a Survivor challenge when you get to bring a friend.
Yeah, the last 2 people are going to battle it out to figure out who's going to go to the final 3.
That's pretty exciting.
Whoa!
What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
All right, well, how excited was Chrissy to find out that Morgan was actually Alex's sister? Oh my god, I totally knew the whole time.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen because Morgan told everyone that she had already told Chrissy. Mm-hmm. So is Jason going to be like, why didn't you tell me that?
Yeah.
I want to see how that conversation goes down. But anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comments.
And until next time,
Much
I already
love.
knew.
Edit.